Good morning, people. How you doing? It's Tactard Ted here on Friday, 24th of June, 2022. What can I say? A real quick reason that I'm happy is because of the Supreme Court of the United States of America came out with a wonderful decision yesterday. And that's not even what I really want to talk about today, but I can't help but gloating a little bit. Apparently, we now believe in this country that the Second Amendment to the Constitution of the United States of America has just as much weight as the rest of the amendments, that it's constitutional law, that you shall not infringe my right to keep and bear, meaning carry, arms. That's incredible. You know, and just a little bit, just a word of where people don't understand where this is going to be going, because I don't think the full implications have been met yet. The fact of the matter is reciprocity, full faith and credit. Those have not been applied to my Second Amendment rights. And what do you mean, Dave? Well, very simple. It's the very simple thought that I have a driver's license in the great Commonwealth of Virginia. Now, can I drive in West Virginia on that? Well, yes, I can. Can I drive in Maryland or Pennsylvania or New York with that? Well, absolutely I can, because of full faith and credit and reciprocity. Yes, folks, it's wonderful. It's incredible. Same thing with, I'm married to a wonderful woman. She puts up a lot of nonsense. I don't know why she stays married. I'm just, thank God she does. Am I married? I got married in Virginia. We moved to West Virginia for a bit. Was I still married? Well, absolutely I was. In fact, this is how the way that we legalized gay marriage in all 50 states because of reciprocity. Because if one state made it legal for homosexual folks to get married, you had to accept that in your state if it was on another license. And so finally the states are like, well, everybody's going to run to those states and get married. I need the money, even though it isn't much for a marriage license. Yeah, we'll let it happen. And that's basically what happened. But I have a concealed carry permit in my state. Now, if I go into Maryland, my concealed carry license issued to me by the state is good, right? No, it isn't. In fact, I can be jailed for carrying a handgun into the People's Republic of Maryland. Also, all those little states to the north of me, there's a lot of problems up there. There's a couple of states where it's not an issue, and those tend to be where I stay. Those tend to be the states I spend my money in. Well, now that's all about to change, but because of the great decision yesterday that came down from the court, you, I, everyone should be seeing reciprocity lawsuits starting to pop up. The fact is, and it's going to take a while for these states to wrap their heads around it. Of course, the first thing that a lot of these states are going to do, instead of trying to get their laws up to meet the new constitutional standard, or the standard that has existed that nobody has dealt with, is they're going to look to make lawsuits against whatever. And, you know, they really can't make lawsuits. This is a constitutional court. You know, this is the court that decides whether things are constitutional or not. And they decide that New York's law is unconstitutional. You can no longer be forced to juggle flaming chainsaws to get a license to carry a pistol. It is your right to carry a pistol. They can say, well, we need to document, and we need to, that's fine. In fact, the one thing, and I understand why they've done it, the one thing that I don't have a problem with is I think everybody that has a gun permit needs to take a safety course. I think the easiest way around that is when you go to pick your license up, you need to sit down and watch a video, or at least watch basic gun safety before you pick up the license. I don't feel that that's a huge burden. And, you know, even though it's your constitutional right, if you don't feel comfortable with a firearm, you don't have to get one. You don't have to pick one up. You don't have to deal with it. So, actually, I ran a little longer than I thought I would on that subject. So apparently you folks will be getting a second longer video today. But just remember, it's your right to keep and bear arms, just the same as it is your right to preach free speech. Just the same as you have a right to say you don't like something or you like something, and other people may wish that you would shut up. They don't have the right to make you shut up. Just as a lot of folks would be really happy if you didn't carry a pistol, they don't have a right to make you not carry a pistol unless you meet the certain criteria that would have your rights taken away. Now, I do believe that we're going to have an issue. One issue that I do see coming from this is being stripped of your rights by court of law by committing felony or violent crime. Violent crime is going to have to become felony. There's no longer going to be misdemeanor violent crimes. There can't be. Because once you've committed the felony, you're no longer allowed. You don't have the right to vote. You don't have the right to own firearms. They're depriving you of your rights. And that's the way it has been for perpetuity. Whether that's right or wrong, that's something that somebody else needs to figure out. But the problem is, there are going to be suits on how you can no longer deprive people of their right to keep and bear arms based on allegations. In other words, there's an allegation of domestic abuse. There's an allegation of this. It's not been proven in a court of law. You don't get in a felony a lot of times for domestic abuse. Those are one sticky area that I see causing problems in all this. But in general, this is a great day. This is a great thing. And I can't wait for reciprocity. I can't wait for that day that I don't have to worry that I've forgotten my concealed carry permit riding across the line from West Virginia into Maryland. Or that I happen to decide to go catch something in D.C., go look in D.C., go hang out in D.C., and there have been cases, and I will not lie to you, there have been cases where I've been in Virginia and wanted to do something and suddenly remembered, hey, I'm carrying, I can't go into the District of Columbia. I have to change. I have to go home. And let me tell you what, it's a couple hour drive. I'm not going to change my attitude, drive home, drop my pistol, and go back to D.C. I'm just not going to go to D.C. And let's face it, the criminal element in D.C. tends to be better armed than me on a daily basis. And I carry a pistol just about everywhere I go. I carry a pistol to work. I carry a pistol when I go to Walmart. If you see me in public, chances are I got a handgun. Chances are you should have one too. So anyhow, folks, you have a wonderful day, and I will catch up with you here in a bit. Bye.